What's up? Chat should be open. I'm just going to let people get in, and I'm going to start right away. We get going. What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, Mike? What's up, Steve Wagner? We're going to be starting here next minute or so. Keep everything timely. What's up, Sam? How you doing? You guys can chat in the chat box. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic week. We killed it today at a +8. I'll probably go over those trades with you guys too. If you can hear me, can you hear the music? I don't even know if you can hear the music. Can you hear me? Am I like too loud? Am I too soft? Okay, good. I need to clean off my desk. I've been working too much. If I showed you my desk right now, you'd probably just disconnect. It's pathetic. I'm trying to see my monitor right here. What's up, Aiko? How you doing? All right, so we're gonna let's see, any song recommendation. I'm gonna start at 4:03 just to make sure that everybody can come in. Any song recommendation while I'm waiting here. Probably shouldn't do that because probably if I put it on YouTube, then they might ban me or something crazy. So I just won't. So first, how about you tell me, let's just start this off by like, how was your week this week? Have you been profitable? Are you focusing only on one strategy? I should probably ask one question at a time. All right, so Jeffrey's up. That's good. How about you, Steve Wagner? I saw your message, by the way. I got to get back to you. I'm getting back to everybody at once. It's insane. Freaking, I didn't know I'd have that much people that wanted that thing. So we'll see how that goes. Order blocks, 4 hour, 15 minute, 1 minute. Awesome. Jeffrey, rock on. Started practice trading demo account this week. Awesome. Steve, if I remember correctly, you were brand new, right? Like a month ago. I'm pretty sure. Awesome, man. How's your demo account going right now? 2 wins, 2 break even. So that's 4 wins in my book. A break even is a win to me. And if you could stick with if you could be disciplined enough to stick to your trade plan right out the gate, man, you're going to be set. And quite frankly, I've had most success with brand new people because I don't have to retrain them. A lot of people that have been in the industry for a long time, they've been trading for a long time. They have all these habits they need to break. They remember last time I traded off this trend line and I traded off this EMA cross and I traded off this and this and this, and it worked amazing. So you're sitting there focusing on one main strategy, and all of a sudden you're like, something clicks in the back of your head. I swear to you, if you stare at the chart long enough, you will find a reason to get in. And then if you stare at the chart for the same amount of time, you will start figuring out a way to get out and second guessing yourself. So the trick is really, I'm getting all kinds of sound. The trick is to really, oh man, hold on. I don't know why my friend doesn't know how to freaking get into Zoom. Okay, cool. So what's up, Fred Henderson? This is Fred's idea. It was going to be at 3:30 and he wanted me to push it back to 4 because we have another mentorship call at 3:30 that ends at 3:30. It's supposed to end at 3:30 with Coach Bethany, who, by the way, she's doing phenomenal. She's funded over $1 million. She's staying consistent. She has, you could ask Fred. Fred, you could tell everybody in the group, and Steve, I believe, and whoever else is in the mentorship part. But she started with me 2 years and 4 months ago, literally like January, the beginning of January, 2 years ago. It was like 2021, beginning of 2021. She knew nothing about trading, never traded a stock or anything. Now she's funded well over $1 million. She's having $40,000, $50,000 days. Like, it's absolutely insane. So she is super loyal, and she just stuck around to be one of our coaches. And now we just have a good old time over there helping people out. It's pretty freaking fun. I love it. See, we got Mario, Santa Bria. Welcome, Mario. Hopefully you're doing great. And I don't know why. Link name. I'm just going to go ahead and start this. Okay, so welcome to FX Freedom Live, guys. This is April 18th already. Can you believe it's almost May? Dude, where is the time going? This is absolutely insane. And hopefully you guys have been following along. I'm going to try to be more active inside FX Freedom Live group. It's just been, I've been so overwhelmed with my PulseX indicator group and in my other group that sometimes I'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot to go to the FX Freedom Live. So I have it pinned to the top. Now I'm going to make every effort to start showing more trades as I go along and that kind of stuff. Let's see, zooming numbers for your browser, whatever, push him to the side. Okay. So I'm just going to get going here and put you right there. And I'll put you right here. And I'm going to, and thank you guys so much for showing up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hopefully you guys like this. I've been getting tireder and tireder at night because I've been trying to get on a schedule here. And then like, I keep having these 8 o'clock night sessions and it's, I have to drink caffeine before I go to bed, which screws up my freaking sleep. And I'd much rather talk to you fresh right after I got done trading for the day personally. So I think it'll be better overall. I know it's not going to work for everyone. And there's going to be some people that are frustrated that I changed the time, but I just want to try it out at least for a while. So what I did, Seth Riley in the house. So excited to have you here, bro. I just said, hey, why not? I invited my friend. He was the best man at my wedding. And I just want to share with him what I do here. But so this was literally starting this morning. So I just wanted to show you what I was looking at this morning and then just go all the way through. Okay. If that sounds good with you, if that sounds good with you, go ahead and put a 1 in the box. I just want to make sure everybody's with me and you guys aren't just like on a separate screen. One of the famous things that happen to traders is we tend to have ADHD like crazy. You're probably watching like 3 other strategies at once. You have YouTube up over on this screen. You know how we have 3 or 4 screens because we're crazy? We have YouTube over here watching the latest strategy over there. We got we're on this webinar over here, and then we got me over here in the middle, and we wonder why we don't grow. I'm not saying you're doing that, but I know I used to do that like crazy. And now I just focus on one main strategy and it looks different. So I'm going to say it like this. My strategies look like they're multiple different strategies, but from my indicators down to like my naked charts, it's literally pretty much all the same thing. Maybe it might be on a smaller time frame. It might be, maybe I went from the 4 hour to the 15 minute to the back to the 1 hour, back to the 1 minute, but it's all the same movements. And basically it stems around this one main movement, right? Boom, takes out these stops, aka liquidity, right? They force price lower. They could buy up all their stops right here at a cheaper price, and then it takes off. That's for uptrends, right? And what's really happening here is there's a order block, usually on a higher time frame down here, or maybe not on the higher time frame. It's usually fractal. It'll come down here, hit like 50%, sometimes just top of it, before taking off back into the main overall higher time frame direction. So what we focus on around here, we're always focusing on, and I'm trying to remember back when I first started always, I used to lose my mind when people were talking about higher time frames, lower time frames, middle time, like going to the 1 hour, going to the 4 hour, going to the day, I was like, where am I? I have no idea where I'm at. So I try to simplify that as much as humanly possible. So I'm going to share this with you. All right. So let me just start on the 4 hour here. I'm going to leave this up because I already had this kind of marked up. And what do you see here, guys? What direction, just so we're clear, I want to see who can pass this test. What direction are we going right now? All right, let me know in the box. Up. We're bullish. Yes. Up. Up. So what I'm going to say right out the gates is, if you are not a consistently profitable trader yet, if you just do this, where you make an agreement with yourself that you're only going to take buys, okay, no matter what, until what happens. Let's see if anybody can get this. A break of structure. Now, what I like to see on the 4 hour is a solid candle close break of structure. So if this, for instance, came down, this candle right here, this green candle, let me zoom in a little bit more. If this, for instance, came down and closed. I'm going to get all fancy on you. It's not going to be that fancy, actually. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know why. Okay, hold on. Let me just do this. I'm going to get a little tiny bit. It's not that fancy, I'll be honest, but it's fancy. Okay. Not at all. All right, here. So if this candle, why isn't it grabbing it? Good. If this candle right here would have closed, I don't know why it's not grabbing it. Well, all right. It's not fancy at all. Pretend this candle closed below this wick right here. Then I would literally start taking only sells until this high was broke. That's just my rule. It's really not that hard of a strategy. Now, I'm a very consistent trader at this point because I'm very good at my risk management. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying I've lost enough to understand that if I don't stick with my risk management plan, I'm going to end up losing 100%. Every single time. It always happened. I thought I could outsmart it this time. You might get away with it once. You might get away with it a second time, but it's going to be that third or fourth time where all of a sudden you start losing and you're so ticked that you took that trade and you broke your plan after you did it 3 or 4 times in a row. And all of a sudden you lose your whole freaking daily that you won. And then some, and then you go get mad and break your monitor. Done that before. Just saying. So if this would have closed below this, then I would have been looking for sells at that point. Now, would I have taken a trade right away? No, I would have actually drawn up an order block, probably on the 1 hour or the 15 minutes, somewhere in this region, and wait for a pullback, then start looking for sells off of that. But it didn't. Okay. So with that said, let's get right into this. So on the 4 hour, what happened? It came down and it mitigated a 15-minute order block. I'll show you that in a second. But this is what I really cared about. Right here, you had it wick out a 4 hour. Now, when you see it come down like that and just smash back up, there's a really good chance it's not going to come back down. Okay. Like even on the 4 hour. And to identify that, you can see it on the 4 hour happening. And you could drop down to like the 15-minute. Okay. So you know where you're at in the area. Sorry. So if I look left here, you had a 15-minute block. Now the pip stacking indicator would have shared this with you. And it would have been about 50% of this block, which is what we always talk about. That's like it's not a science behind it. It's just, it seems to be where it comes down to if it's going to reverse. All right, if you have been following along long enough to know what mitigation is and hitting 50%, put a 2 in the box just so I know if who's with me. Put a 3 in the box if you have no idea what I'm talking about. I just want to make sure. All these things are very important for your consistency. Awesome. Okay. You guys are my diehards then. It looks like everybody knows. So once this happened, all right, this is what I'm looking for, guys. So now this wicked out here, this 15-minute closed up here after wicking out all this liquidity. So there's all these stops. I want you to pretend for a second that there's all these stops from these people that took these buys here down here. Now, what does that actually mean? These people that put stops here they're forced to sell. Okay. They're basically forced to sell to whoever brings it down here and finds their buyer or finds the people that will sell to it. So institutions, they know up here that down here, there's all kinds of people that are forced to sell at a lower price. Okay. You always hear the old adage like buy low, sell high, or yeah, that's what they're freaking doing. They literally can force price down here knowing that retail traders and other traders are just gonna be like, no, I want to hold on to it. I still think it's going to win because I was all the way up here and I didn't grab it when I could. And you got to think, what are retail traders thinking, right? Obviously we're retail traders, but we got to get in the minds of both parties, right? What are institutions thinking and what are retail retail traders thinking, right? They're saying, oh no, they're having like this crazy thought in their head. Now they're like they just broke their monitor, right? They just broke their monitor and they're mad and they just went outside and they're ticked off and they didn't want to quit trading. And they're just going to tell their wife again, hey, just one more try. Long story short, look at this pattern, by the way, going sideways, takes out the bottom, shoots up. Reverse that. Take a picture with your phone, flip it over. I think that'd work. And reverse that, and it will be, that will be for sells. Okay. That's it. Now we're on the 15-minute. Now let's get into entry mode. I'm going to start getting into this now. Who wants me to get into entry mode and see what you could have done since this morning? Put a 3 in the box. 3, 3, 3. Don't fall asleep on me, guys. Got people running, scrambling for their phone. They're sitting in the toilet. They're like, Bob's want to, like, free. I get it. Been there. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so here, right here, now I noticed on pip stacking that it didn't actually have, it didn't see that this was a block. Okay. I need you guys to realize that sometimes pip stacking doesn't see all the blocks. Okay. So you're going to have to learn to identify pullback areas. Now, one way to do that, this is very crucial, again, to your success, is just start watching. Okay, let's do it like this. I want you to see this. So as this is coming down, this candle right here went lower than this candle, right? And I don't care where it closes. I just care that the wick went at least lower than the other candle. This candle went lower than this candle. That wick went lower than that wick, right? And then what happened? Oh my gosh. This is what we call a pause, basically. But there was like a short little period there where maybe, just maybe, buyers were going to start taking control there, but they didn't. Okay. So you had buyers coming in right here. They're putting their stops right here. They're already excited. So there's a lot of people in there. And then you're going to have people that have stops down here and they're like, oh man, and they're afraid to get out. So there's all these orders right here. Okay. Boom. So that moment I would mark that up. So this would be my block right here. Okay. Got to turn on my trusty extend right again. Here we go. All right. So that's what I'm waiting to see break. Okay. Now I don't need to have this actually done because I only want to see it break this structure, preferably with a solid close. Now, okay, I'm going to say this. If you are not a consistent trader yet, this is another rule I have for everybody. If you are not a consistent trader yet, do not count a break of structure on the 1 minute with a wick. Okay. This does not count as the ugliest candle I've ever drawn, just so you know. So everyone knows. This does not count as a close or as a break of structure. This, however, okay, it's not my fault, guys. I'm drawing it perfect. This, however, a candle close above this line. This is all scientific, by the way. That's a break of structure. So you need to see that. If you're not a consistent trader yet, make that one of your rules. Wait for the close on the lower time frame, period. Okay. So what are we doing? We're not even looking for a buy yet because it didn't even mitigate this 50% yet, right? So I'm just going to play that out. Now we're sitting in here at this moment. You shouldn't be looking for any trade at all. Okay. You're not looking for a sell. You're not looking for a buy yet because nothing happened. No break of structure happened. Another thing that could happen if you look at the charts long enough is, like I said before, you can figure out a way to get in. Like you're like, oh my gosh, but it might play off this little block here and drop because it's an order block. No, not all order blocks are made the same. 1 minute order blocks can be broken through like crazy. The only time to trade 1 minute order blocks is with higher time frame confluence, at least the 15-minute. Okay. Because the 15-minute is going to be stronger. The 1 hour is even going to be more stronger. The 4 hour and the day is going to be even more strong. But listen, those don't come as much, right? So I like to jump on early in the morning. I like to be done within 30 minutes to an hour. If the market's just like killing it, maybe I'll go longer. Like today I went longer and I don't think we lost. Fred, did we lose today? I don't think we lost. I had some break evens. No, I didn't. Did I have one break even? I don't know. Today it just flowed. It was amazing. And I'm going to go over those trades a little bit of why I took it. A lot of them were here. So we're waiting for this break of structure. Does that count as a break of structure? If this is a break of structure, go ahead and put a 4 in the box. Yes. Okay. Okay. Nobody did it. Yay. All right. Now we have it, right? We have a solid closed candle above here. So to me, that's good enough. All right. So next we need to identify an area to target, right? And here would be the block that I see, right? And when it's this small, I'll just grab the whole block. I want to see it come down and touch this preferably. And if it doesn't, I'm going to show you why I didn't wait for this. Okay. So this is where it gets complicated and you got to get a little riskier than I'd like. So I'm seeing liquidity being built up, meaning there's stops down here. I am seeing this down here, but you have to start identifying what was mitigated and what wasn't. Okay. So if I zoom in to this area right here, I'm going to actually go back and I'll fast forward it back to where I was. Okay. So this little block right here was 50% mitigated, right? So I'm not looking at that block at all. Okay. This right here, obviously it's going sideways. So we're looking up here. This mitigated 50% of that. So I'm not looking there. So this block is invalid for me. But right here is the only open one at this moment. But guess what? It got mitigated, right? It left nothing. A lot of traders, they talk about how a candle wick needs mitigated. I'm one of those that kind of disagree with that. I do include it in my order block, but I don't think if it's just a really long wick, it needs mitigated. I don't agree with that. Okay. So right here at this moment, this is the only area that we need to touch, in my opinion. Okay. So if I fast forward to where we were, okay, we're up in this area. You can take the whole thing if you want. We're up in that area. It's building liquidity down here, right? And then I feel like that would need to be taken out. It's pretty much a double bottom-ish down here, but also look at the top. It's building liquidity at the top. That's why I love the market, because it's fractal. So even on the 1 minute, it's building liquidity up here. It's building liquidity up here. If I go and look up here, I mean, you have a nice, beautiful trend line that needs to be broken, which is already breaking, guys. And you have this right here as well. All this needs broken, right? Think about all the people that put stops above these trend lines. Okay. They know that's where all the money's at. There's no more money really to go down. They might as well, they just bought a bunch. Now they might as well go up. All right. So there's all that liquidity to the upside. All right. So let's see if it can take this out. I believe that's what happened. There it goes. All right. So watch. So right when that took that out, because I identified that there was nothing left, this took 50% of that even, by the way, I didn't talk about that one. This took 50% of the 15-minute block, right? And this is how you can identify where to look, right? So where would my target be? I'd be looking for it to take out this liquidity and then look at this block. So it doesn't always work out exactly how you want it, right? But I would expect it to at least come this high, or I would hold it. Now, if you follow me in my live journal, if you're in my one-on-one mentorship, you can see that a lot of times when I do a break of structure and I'm hovering around this area, I might even get it out, right? It doesn't matter to me, because what I'll do is I'll wait for it to break and then wait for a pullback and re-enter. So I'll usually make more than holding anyways that way. So let's just see what happens here. All right, now I'd set it to break even, because we took liquidity, we're going up, right? And we're targeting these highs right here. Boom. Nailed it. So that would have been a nice 1 to 7.9 at entering at 11:11 a.m. So not even like prime time. I will say I do love trading between 10 and noon a lot. Sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes it's just moving so nice. So there's the first one. And ultimately you could be done for the whole month if you risked 1% and want to be smart. I'm not saying you're not smart if you try to keep going, but you know what I'm saying. So now what's the next area that we're looking for? let's just look at this. Look, obviously, so there's a reason it got down here in a hurry. They're like, oh man, like we need to come down here and do what? Mitigate this block. Look at this block. Come on. Comes down and touches it, right? And now I'm loving how it's pushing off of there. It's pulling down. Really what I'm looking for here is that kind of push. You see how that just wicked and closed? That's where I'd enter, right? And guess what? We're looking at all these little things matter. And I know it's a lot to intake, especially if you're newer, but the more, not that, the more that you watch, the more you're going to understand, right? So now there's more liquidity built right up here. There's a ton down here, but there's way more on the bigger picture, and we're going with higher time frame. Okay, so you could have entered here and basically targeted this next block-ish, right? This area up here, because, you know, this isn't really a block. Okay, why isn't this a block over here? There's one right here, but why isn't this? If someone could just tell me. I'm not concerned with this at all, like zero. Bethany Monroe, how you doing, girl? You want to be on here, Bethany? I know you just got done with a whole class, so you don't have to at all. I'm just, and yes, yes, Jeffrey, perfect. He said already mitigated by subsequent candles. Just dropped off, say hi, but sure. Okay. Oh, so that means you want to. I was going to ask you, but I knew you already were just on a call. Maybe you guys don't know Bethany yet. Hold on one second. I just want you to meet her. She's awesome. How do I get back to the participants? It's crazy. Okay. Panelists. Now I got to let her get host. Hey. She's like, why'd I come in here? I can't hear you. I don't know why. Are you muted? Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Unmute.
Gotcha.
I didn't know I was muted. I just wanted to say hi because I never get to come on here and say hi to you guys.
Oh, I have mine off because people were messaging me. My bad.
That's me. Okay. All right.
I'm new. I'm new.
You are new. Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, this is who I was talking about earlier, actually. This is Bethany Monroe, one of our coaches. She's Pip Queen. So that's her nickname, Pip Queen. And she kills it. She slays the order blocks. She loves the order blocks.
I do love the order blocks.
Yeah. Just
you just showed that mitigated order block. Right.
So how's your day going? Everything good? You trade good today?
Yeah, I was done before London. I traded at 2:30 this morning and then another one at 4:30, and I was out before New York even started. Yeah. It was a good day.
Did you hold? Yeah, how good?
Very good. I think today was about 23,000.
Nice.
I held this buy from, I don't even know. It was so early this morning. It was like 4:30 on to, what day is today? Today, Tuesday?
Yeah, it's still early in the week.
Yeah.
you had a good year this morning. That's what I always tell everybody.
The year's already over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 4:30. It was like 4 something, and I held it till, I don't know, like almost 7.
What was your trade?
What was it? It was like 22 grand.
No, what was it? US 30?
Oh, yeah, US 30. Yeah, it was
a dumb question.
Don't fix it if it isn't broke. Yeah, that's how I roll with US 30. It's crazy. But yeah, just somewhere around maybe 7 o'clock where I got out of the trade and where it like really tanked to the downside. But yeah. So
what allows you to hold it?
Really just breaks the structure to the upside. As long as it's still breaking structures, I used to not hold, but now as long as it's breaking structures and staying against some of our confluences with the pulse X, just stay in.
Yeah. So do you ever allow it to go all the way back down to break even? This is good stuff. You never get interviewed, do you?
I know. No, I don't. I do. I've actually been doing this. And when it gets back to break even, I'm like, but I've allowed it to go back to break even. And then when it breaks the structure, I've even gotten in again. And then I let both trades go. And I used to be scared to do that. But as you grow, you just start to not be scared of it.
Yeah. You know what happens is after you trade for a while and you see the trades that could have worked out,
Yeah.
over and over again,
Yeah.
especially while you were gone. You come back, it's, gosh dang it, it went up plus 20 something. And it's like, oh my gosh, that would have been
Yeah.
another house or
Yeah.
something.
And I was so scared that once you learn break even's a win, it's just great. It sucks when it's up like several points and then it comes back to break even and it actually does break you even, but your next trade makes up for it. Yeah, no, I really enjoy them now. I almost want them to come back.
Yeah. You said 27,000, right? Is that what you did?
22 today, yeah, 18
22.
something yesterday.
So in 2 days, just so you know, you never have to put your business out there. But thank you
I know,
for thank you
I know.
for
That's all right though. There's that
I
time
like
where people need to hear that stuff.
I like other people to hear from, because when I say it, they're like, oh yeah, there's Bob. But like, and now people that don't know you get it. They
Right,
don't
right.
understand it yet. Now people that know you're like, oh yeah, there's Bethany. So it's
Yeah.
like, so in 2 days, that's $40,000.
Yes.
And so what's like the worst loss that you get anymore? Sorry, I didn't mean to drill you, but I am.
No, you're allowed. I only use at the most 1% risk. I only use at the most. So if I lose a trade, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
If I have a
And
10-point stop loss, if I use a 15-point stop loss, it's $1,500, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Now, do you trade each? Because I know you're multiple funded, right? Do you
Yeah.
trade each account separately? Or are you trade copying, or what are you doing?
I did trade copy for a while, and I ended up getting a couple things happening with some glitches here and there with some slippage. So I stopped trading so many together. And then what I do is I just have a little bit of a rotation now, like on which I trade my accounts. I trade so many, and then like maybe trade Monday and Tuesday on one, and maybe trade I like it better that way. And I don't have to
Yeah.
feel like I got to get off and get back on and trade another account and get off and get back on and trade another account. So I like just a little rotating schedule of all my fundeds.
That's good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree about the copy trading, because it just takes. I've had it where the server didn't even see my request, and it like didn't even close the trade, and like I thought it was done. I literally left, and like it kept trades out, lose funding accounts.
I did that once. I'm like, man,
it's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous.
But I've also had it where I lost on one and it didn't register on the other. So I'm like, ooh, I didn't lose on that one.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, it's definitely fun.
Slippage is amazing.
It is.
I don't know if you even understand slippage, but
I understand it. I understand it to an extent, but not 100% yet. No, I'm not well versed in it. I just know that I don't.
Let's say you were in a sell, and let's say you were in a buy, and basically, have you ever had it hit your stop and like you didn't even see the wick go down to that area? Yeah. So that's because there was literally no buyers down there at all. Like it went to the next buyer.
Oh, so it went to like its order block.
Yeah, it went to the next person down there that was willing to buy. The way I view the market lately has been pretty cool, because when you sell, you basically have a contract with the broker to get it at a certain price. And now what you're doing is you're going down to look for a buyer. Okay. And then you get to keep the difference. And I used to not understand that kind of stuff, but once you really understand like why things are happening, it really does help overall trading, instead of just, it went up and it went down. I have no idea why it went down. Dude, it took me so long to understand shorting. Like I'm like, why am I making money when it goes down?
Dude, I tried to explain this to my brother one day, who is like this close. Like, actually, I think he is a genius, but if not, he's like this close to being like literally considered genius level. He can't grasp the concept of making money on sell money.
Yeah, it's just
like a horse race. Like, it's nothing tangible. It's like a horse race. You bet on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that.
See, what I've been telling everybody, at least the one-on-one, is what I do now is I try to think like an institution. I'm like, okay, where are all the stops at? Okay. So if you want to avoid slippage,
and
you're shorting, you can literally be like, okay, where are all the stops at? Because those are where all the forced people that are going to sell to you are, or the forced people that will buy. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So they're literally forced to get rid of their contract underneath there. And then, stops are your best friend, like other people's stops.
Other people's stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love liquidity, and you just gotta start thinking like the bank.
I just handed some people some liquidity info in class today that I think will be very helpful for them. But yeah, it was like 2 in a row, same exact thing. It was just Liquidity, they grabbed it, went the other way, and you could see exactly what they're doing. Grab those stop losses and then go. So yeah, it was like one right after another. One
That's
was
funny because we're literally, I bet you're talking about the same thing right now.
you're talking about the exact same spot I taught them in class.
I bet you, because it was all today. It was perfect.
Yeah, like it really was.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. It's right in that section down there towards where you're.
Did you show them mitigating the 15-minute block?
No, I actually just showed them right over there where your position size is. If you open that up a little bit, where your dollar signs are above, your $2 signs right there. I showed them that liquidity grab right there. And then it started a trend line liquidity on the way down. I showed them that. I'm like, I actually, you know what? Maybe that's not the same spot. You're on NASDAQ, aren't you? Or on you on
No,
US?
this is US 30.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm talking about, let's see here. About 738 order block.
Were you going down?
Yeah, right there. Right there. Yep. In that area right there. There's a 738 order block. And then you can see right after that at about 804, 812, 821, all that stuff, all that liquidity was grabbed out by that swoop right there. And then it went down. And then that trend line liquidity was grabbed out by that next one and then just straight to the downside. So I taught them that.
Which trend line? This?
No.
This up here?
Start at the top of that. No, start at the top of 832 candle.
832.
Yeah, right there. All that, yep, all that liquidity was grabbed out right there. You could see the order blocks that were, you could basically tell about what order block it's going to go to. And then all that liquidity above, like the 801, 803, 806, all those little, that straight line right there, I taught them that before that. You know what I'm saying? Where can I annotate?
Yeah, you can.
Right here. So then they come into this block, grabbed it after it, and then it continued to the downside. So it's like, it was just like,
block up here.
yeah, it was like, you know, induced sellers, and then it took out all their stops, and then it went that direction. So I taught that today.
You guys got to understand, that's crazy. So I'm doing the next part. That's good.
Yeah.
So you guys got to understand that once liquidity is taken out, there's literally no reason for them to keep going that direction.
There's none.
And then really all you got to do is just figure out where's the most liquidity at. What would make the most sense for the institutions to take the price. All right, let's continue, guys. Not sorry. That was amazing. Thank you, Bethany, for jumping on here. And if you guys want Bethany on more, let me know. I'm going to start doing these at 4. I was telling everybody I was doing this 8. Yeah. I got a sleep number bed and I'm going to bed earlier now. It's like my back problem completely vanished.
8 o'clock, I'm done for. I get on a few times, but I'm done.
Oh, so bad. I would be like, Christian, okay, you talk now. Like,
right.
That poor guy wakes up at like 3 a.m. too. Both of you guys are just so disciplined in that area. But
I love it though. I love it. I love waking up early, going to bed early. It's just my schedule. It works well for my life. But yeah, 8 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, don't throw me on, Bob. I'm already ready for bed.
Yeah, it's happening to me now naturally because I could actually sleep, which is fantastic.
I love it.
So cool.
Okay. All right. Back at it.
You could stay on here if you want. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I don't want to hold them up all day.
I want you to keep teaching. Yeah.
I'm going to finish this and then we'll be done for the day. And you guys could ask questions or whatever. But okay. So who was saying right in this area? Who said that? Oh, it's Jeffrey. He said already mitigated by subsequent. I can never say that word. Subsequent candles. And you were right, because all this was already mitigated 50% of each area. In fact, this came, you can't make it more obvious, right? Look at that wick came up to this block. It was already taken, right? There was nothing up here. So this whole area wasn't a concern for me at all. But the next area of concern, not concern, but that I'd be looking at is up in this area, this block, right? So we already know why I entered here, because of the rejection of this area and the liquidity up here. And so let's just play that out. And like Bethany said, what are we always looking for, guys? Breaks of structure. Like that is what will keep you in the trade. Let's see. Yes, sir. Bring her back every week. Maybe we'll have a party. It's a big party. Sorry, Bethany. Let's see. Wilfred, no, when we walk low,
he was talking about a song. I just finished it for him. He said know when to fold him, and I just finished it. It's all right.
I gotcha.
It's old school. It's
Gotcha.
before your time, Bob.
I'm not that. I'm
I'm
40.
just kidding.
Come on. I've been around long enough, but I'm not really. So we see a break of structure right here, guys. And this is what's going to make me hold the trade. And I'm not worried about this at all. So we're just going to let it go. And then that just, I always tell them the time that it took because it's ridiculous to me
Right.
that you can, like from here to here was 25 minutes. And that was basically an 1 to 8. So if you risked 1%, that was $8,000 on a 100K account. Guys, if you focus on risk management, like you're not going to give it back over and over. You might lose 3 in a row, then win one of these. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that complicated. Yeah. Look, this one took an hour basically for a 1 to 10.39. Yeah, it's definitely, I was more hip hop. I'll be honest with you. I roam the streets of B Town and see Copley. Like I could say this to her because literally like we grew up in the same area. Like it's crazy. I met her at, wasn't it your keto place?
Yeah.
That's where I met you.
Yeah.
By the way, do you still have your keto stuff?
Yeah. I do a lot of stuff online. Yeah.
You guys want to buy like the best keto things on, like it's better than regular stuff.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh. I had to stop buying because I eat the whole thing, to be honest with you.
I know, right?
You sent me the Reese thing, it's gone in 2 days. So that, yeah, 2 days, I feel like I'm doing a good job.
Right.
Can you mark up NAS? I did a little, no, I didn't do that. It pretty much, well, I'll look at it, but I don't want to hold up everybody. So maybe I'll do a quick one. Regardless, NAS is my baby, so I don't know why I didn't. I just want to change it up. So this one took an hour for a 1 to 10. That could have been $10,000, 200K account, $200 or $20,000. You get the point. Then what are we doing here, guys? We're basically going up to this next block. I forget why I got in this. Hold on, let me look at it. Okay, we had a break of structure. Yeah, and look at block, this little area right here. And then tapped it. And then when it starts pushing, I would enter, right?
Yep.
Played around a little bit and then smash. You couldn't ask for a better trading day. It was ridiculous. I didn't know how it was on the sells, but it looks like it was pretty much the same.
After it did that first initial drop, it started selling off fairly nicely. Yeah.
Yeah. That dumped.
Man, I'll tell you that buy though, man. That was beautiful.
So right now, like in real time, you had basically this block right here. Look, only unmitigated area. Guys, this isn't rocket science, honestly. If you could just wait for the block. If you see this little block right here is the only unmitigated block in this area. And just tapped it and shot up. So I don't know what that would have been. I didn't mark it up. Did that just happen or something? No, that was two something. So let's just say you got in there.
And then it sweeps liquidity out after that, I think.
It was a 1 to 5.
Because it refuses to break structure. I think it heads back down and sweeps liquidity and then heads back.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, guys. This is what we're huge on is, okay, where's like the mass majority of liquidity right now? I still get lost in those stupid tools. I'm like, where's that freaking?
I know.
There's a lot of money down here, lots of stops all over the freaking place down here. And that's where
it refused to break that once already. I think it refuses. I think this is a spot where it refuses to break again, and then it comes down after that. I'm pretty certain. I watched this happen.
Yeah, and then what you'd want to wait for, you don't want to keep taking these. That's the issue I see people have. Like when it starts going sideways a little bit, like you could see it. Like here it was like nice movement, and then all of a sudden it starts going. It's like slowing down. There's like a top of a curve like feel. You don't want to just keep risking it. Eventually you're going to lose unless you're really good at risk management, and you could just not care. But I would wait until this gets taken out, and then wait for another break structure, wait for a order block, and then do it. So I don't know what happened. Okay, yeah, that exactly happened. I don't know if we get a break structure.
Yeah.
We had this little one. I know. I don't know. Do you count those? I do, but.
Oh, do I count those little tiny ones? You know what, Bob? Maybe at a different time frame, but not right before close. I'm usually after about 2:30, I'm done for. I just don't like the way it moves. See, sideways, just crap.
Yeah, Yeah, especially at this time of day, it's 4 o'clock already.
Yeah. And another time frame, I definitely count that one you were talking about, because it was a really good push to create that low that swept out that liquidity.
Yep. Yeah, it's so obvious. How obvious can you be? Look at that. The straight, massive elephant looking candles, right? Just smash and take it all up. And then none of these down here are that impressive. There's nothing really down here to take at all. Even down, even this little wick right here mitigated this freaking candle right here.
There's nothing.
Something right here. That's
a little bit. Yeah. And sometimes the market just leaves it when it doesn't need to come after everything. And then there's that moment. Then there's that moment in time where it dives into something. You're like, really? It came after that? It's like this big.
Look, guys, now you have all this liquidity being built up here.
Yep.
Obviously, in my mind, look how slow it's going this way. They could wick this out one more time, but I totally feel that it's literally just going to go. See, I need to mark this up better. It could do this and then just straight go for all this liquidity. And just start going like that.
But it is 10 minutes till close.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not right now, obviously. But going back, and what do we expect? We expect there's a lower or a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low.
Yep. Hopefully higher high.
Yeah. So there's that, guys. I'm not going to get into gold. Did I do gold?
I thought I saw something earlier. I thought you posted something on gold earlier.
I was trading gold.
Oh, okay.
I've been loving trading live in that trade journal in the mentorship area.
I haven't even actually been over there much. I was just doing my own thing and then working. I haven't seen too many of that, but I need to get over there and watch that.
Oh, you got your own stuff going. You just did 40 grand in 2 days. What are you going to be over there? You're just being nice at this point.
I didn't have
time. You free butterfly. You're doing fantastic. Right? So I'll just do real quick on gold. Again, you can go, Bethany. I know you've been working freaking all day. So
yeah, you're right. I love it.
So look, this came down and wicked this. Same story. It came down and wicked this liquidity. And as soon as I saw that, I started buying.
Nice.
Actually. I'll show you. Now, this didn't break structure. I broke a rule here just out of the way that this pushed out on the 15. Usually I'd wait for this break right here and then come down. But in this case, sometimes I'll be a little bit riskier.
Yeah, it broke that internal.
Yeah, it broke an internal. And then I saw it just giving this kind of an issue. So I'm like, probably at least come to here. But once I saw the break, I just held it.
There you go.
There. As soon as that just smashed through right here, I was like, okay, that was really easy. And I just wanted to get these highs. So that was a 1 to 6.69, and that took 35 minutes.
Nice.
And then we had, I'm just going to go real quick. Look at how this builds up, guys. Liquidity down here. Wait for that to be taken out. Wait for another break of structure. Now, this was a wick. Now, what I say earlier, I don't know if this closed solid. What I say earlier, if you're not consistent yet, wait for solid, period. So I have different rules for different people.
Agreed.
You're not consistent. Now, I'm going to do this because I think it's going to break. It's going to take all this liquidity out. So I would risk it, especially that. When I saw that candle wick this freaking area and then just this start pushing up, I'm like, nah, all right, it's done.
Those are the instances where I do a buy stop. And I know you don't do them as much as I do, but those are the instances.
I do them every day.
I love that buy stop, man. If it gave me that big wick rejection out of that block right there, I'd put a buy stop over that next little high.
I do buy stops and sell stops all the time.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know you did.
Oh, yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I'll do a bigger stop usually.
Okay.
Buy stop just because I just don't like, maybe I do a whole freaking low or something like that.
Sure.
So it's going to be like 18 versus 10 small. That were it's still small in comparison for gold.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But I get those all the time and
I love them.
So here's a 1 to 7.72, and that was in 47 minutes. And now we're breaking more structures to the left here. We have this little area right here where I would expect it to start coming down for another entry to break that area right here. So let's just see. I don't know what happened here. I don't have it marked. Oh, maybe it's faster now. And we'll just, you know what? Yeah, we go right here. And it actually did do that. Okay, so cool. It played off this block right here. Can you hear me right now, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I don't know. It must be just the other software we're using.
I think it's Cloud app. I really do. Yeah.
All right, so right here, liquidity, but there's way more, like it's already, see how slow this is going down? It's not this big push, right? So this is usually always going to go up, right? And we're going with the upward momentum. So we're waiting for break structure. What we got there? That was a wick. Ooh, there's your nice ending there. Did that take something out over there? Took out this little block right here.
Just
right, took out more.
Yeah.
Yep. So now we're waiting on a break. Very simple, guys. There's your break, and then we have a block. There.
Nice block.
Very simple. Very simple. There she is. Rejection, enter. Oh, okay, the stop's huge. I forgot. Yeah. In US 30, it would have been like dink. All right. So yeah, so there's a 1 to 4.37 there, and that was about an hour, right? So there's a lot of opportunities right now, guys. Now, do we do counter trend trades? Absolutely, we do, but we're consistent. So just stay away from it. I told him earlier, I'll go with, I had this arrow, right? So basically, I made a decision. I'm only going to take buys. Very simple. It took that liquidity out. Overall directions, what? I did this earlier too with, was it US 30? Okay. So what direction are we going, guys?
Yep.
The 4 hour, right? So until you're consistent, I tell them just don't even trade counter trend trades against the 4 hour.
Yeah,
I
don't even teach it.
Yeah. All right. So that's gold. We have about 3 minutes. So what did I do on here? I forget. Let me mark this off really fast. Just I'll show you. I know Michael wanted me to look at gold. So let me just look at gold real quick. 4 hour. Which direction are we going? We're going down, right? We're going up. So that's cool. What just happened? We hit. Is this new? Did I not go back in time? Wait. Was it 2 o'clock? My bad. So
There was a nice buy on US 30 out of a 4 hour block at the bottom. That was what that buy was on.
Oh, right here would have been perfect. Yeah. So this is Monday. We're in a block right here to the left, right here. And this is probably a 1 hour block. Would be a more, yeah. So if you look here, 1 hour block like that, and then lower time frame. And when I'm drawing these blocks, guys, pip stacking will see it most of the time, but not all the time, just so we're clear. All right, so we're in the block. I don't have to have that back there. It's really sloppy though. Really ugly. But you could have easily just took this whole thing. When it's like this, you probably just want to wait for the whole thing to be broken. And then right in this, I might have actually taken something right here, honestly.
I actually, on Monday, I did it on US 30. It looked exactly the same. I took the first trade, and then he ended up catching it before it broke even. And then I ended up catching it back to the upside.
Yeah. So guys, look left here. And where's the only unmitigated area? Right here. I mean,
yeah,
there, because you had that one got touched there. So basically from there to there, look, 50%, like almost to the freaking tick. We can't, guys, stop it.
Get up, man.
Stop it. Stop it. Look at that. What is that even? All right. I'm not going to do this all day. I'm just going to do this one last trade right here. It's been an hour already, and I'm trying to keep them young here, early. So right here, I mean, it broke structure. That was with a wick. If you didn't want to wait the wick, you could have waited for the solid right here, and then you had a clean order block right here that it tapped and pushed away. You could have entered right here. that. And there you go. That's a good way to end it, right?
Yeah, it's a very nice way to end it.
Nice little 1 to 9. And that was at a 2 o'clock, 2:20 in the
Right.
afternoon.
And if that tap
So,
wasn't enough, you had another order block right there.
what's that?
If that little tap wasn't enough, like you had another order block right here. It's so easy.
Right here.
Right there.
Oh yeah, there too.
If you didn't take that tap off that one, there's your next one, and then you could have entered it. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like your little double confirmation thing.
Exactly.
And that wasn't good enough. You had another one
Exactly.
right here.
Sometimes
And if that wasn't
like
good
you
enough,
got so many
you
of
had
them.
this one. It's saying, I want to go up.
Yes.
And then if that didn't work, you could take a break off that. Yeah, there's 4 opportunities right
before
there.
it takes off.
Yeah. All right. So Aiko, did I say your name right? I know I screwed that up. Kijawara. Cool name. He said, or she said, we look for probably a he with an O on the end, maybe. Who knows? You can correct me. I'm sorry. We look for liquidity and then a liquidity grab followed by a break of structure that creates an order block. When price mitigates that order block, enter. ICO, no problem. Very close. I like to see it reject that last step. I think is actual like rejection. So if it's coming in super strong into the block, there's no wicking at all. Like I'll wait for the next candle or two just to see if it starts pushing away. So other than that, like a lot of people, they miss that part. They're like, I took it right when it hit this area. I'm like, see any kind of resistance at all? Or just like, I just got to take it out in a second. I'm like, yeah, you were liquidity in that moment. You got to understand it works both ways.
Yeah.
We're just trying to identify
the
like
market's liquidity.
you paid us. You paid for our food that day. Thank you. I was kidding.
Yes.
It gets to the point, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It gets to the point where it gets scary, doesn't it, Bethany? Where like you just can see what's gonna happen. It almost feels like we're becoming the institutions in a way.
It does. And it gets clear. Like even as you grow as a trader, it just keeps getting more clear what's actually happening.
Yeah. And it's really funny. Like we could see, like I could take any strategy now and see why it works. I'd be like, that's why it's working. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I could build any indicator now. It just be like, this is the best thing on the planet. But really, I know why it's working. It's because I'm seeing all this.
I want to be an institution. Just trade with them and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Look, guys, here's the same thing. Break a structure, didn't pull back, broke structure. This is the first tiny little pullback you had. And then you had this little, not a great block or anything, but it pushed away. You could have entered there.
Yep.
Not the best.
Not the best entry, but it's still an entry. They're not always going to be good. I think that's the biggest thing is to always remember that it can't always be picture perfect every time.
Yeah, dang, it worked. Worked really good.
Yeah, worked pretty decent.
Yeah. Oh, that's NASDAQ. I used the wrong one. There we go. Wait, no, this one. Well, nope, I was right. Never mind. I was getting mixed up. I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, look, building liquidity, it needs to go up. Look at that.
Yep.
So obvious. Oh gosh, give me a break. How about that? I went a little bit longer for you. All right, we'll end it right there on a good note, right?
Woo. Unreal.
All right, last question. Is liquidity the same as consolidation? No. Consolidation is basically where they're gathering up all the orders to screw everybody, essentially. They're like literally letting it go sideways, and then you have like millions of buyers, millions of sellers, how many, I don't know how many, like tons and tons of buyers and sellers at once. You can see an idea right here, like actual orders. You can see how many buyers versus how many sellers right here in this consolidation. So they're gathering up all these orders right here, and institutions can see this. That's the, you know what I'm saying? If we have access to this tool, it gets way better, way deeper than this silly little tool here. If we could see this, then do you think the institutions could see this? They know that there's, is that, how many buyers is that? 1.826K.
I can't even tell you.
I just know it's a lot of buyers. Okay. It's a lot of buyers. But you know what? I started seeing how do you spot liquidity? Oh, this, when you see consolidation, just think, okay, there's a lot of stops underneath that. If you're going with the overall higher time frame direction, they're probably going to wick out to the bottom and then start going up. They're going to wick out the people on the bottom, force price lower. They buy up tons of volume of contracts and then goes straight up. All right, guys, I'm going to end it. Unless you got something to say, Bethany.
1800.
1800. Okay. I didn't want to say something stupid like that's 1.8 million.
Right.
Because it was like a giant K. Okay.
Yeah, if you got 1.82K followers on whatever social media, you got 1.8, like 100. Yeah.
So right here, they knew there was 646 buyers right here. And then boom, they just took them out. And then watch as buyers just start piling up because there's tons of people that are seeing this. Oops. All of a sudden, there's the buyers. They're coming in. Oh, we even took it out even more. And then even gets bigger.
Yep. It just gets them out of the way and then moves it in that same direction.
Yeah. And as you get higher and higher, you'll get less and less buyers, obviously, because there's less demand and there's too much supply. So then they got to come down and create more demand. Right. All right, guys, that's it. I don't want to hold up everybody. The recording, I'm going to try to have the recording out like literally today. That was another issue by doing it too late. Like I just wouldn't get to it because it would be like, I'd literally forget the whole next day sometimes. So I'm going to do it right away. Try to get it out there tonight for everybody to watch. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for an hour and 7 minutes. We appreciate you all. If you're looking for mentorship, okay, I think we earned our call to action here at the end. That's what I always say. Got to earn the call to action. If you're looking for mentorship, guys, and you want to work with Bethany, literally work one-on-one with Bethany, work one-on-one with me, work one-on-one with Coach Christian.
Yeah.
We do have spots open right now. If you're interested, you can go to bobsproof.com and just fill out an application. And basically what's going to happen is you'll talk to my right-hand dude, Chris. He's been with me for 15, 17 years and different things. Really good guy, and he'll just go over the whole thing with you. And by the way, I'm doing a thing right now where I'm passing $100,000 challenge for you. You just buy the challenge, I'll pass it for you. So within a week or two of you joining our mentorship, you'll have $100,000 to trade with, and you could pay me extra if you want me to pass up to 500,000. Right? We use a few different prop firms, but if you want to, you can come in. I'll get you funded, then help you stay consistent. And anybody who's in our higher tier mentorship program gets access to my live trade journal, which basically means it's not a trade idea channel. Okay. It's literally, that's the trades I'm actually taking. And then I leave comments and notes and everything on the back of it. And last thing, just as a survey, I know you guys have been on forever. Who thinks this $14.97 a month is worth more? Do you think you would pay? Do you think this is better than those $197 a month programs? I want to work on getting the chat room going a little bit better. But other than that, I know it is, at least I think it is personally, because I've been in a lot of them. But just let me know, just for a count of hands. I want to see, and you don't have to, you're not getting any brownie points with me. I'm just really curious to see if this, do you think this is worth, I'm not going to charge $197 a month. I'm not asking you so I can change the price. I'm just curious because I want to make sure that we're delivering as much value as humanly possible. So, yeah, so 3 people, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, a lot of people left too. A lot of people already said good night.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, everybody's gone. Not my bad. Well, basically that was like 90%. So the only person that didn't like it, I'm not going to announce who it was. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you guys in the group, and God bless. Take care. Thank you so much, Bethany. You rock.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. Peace, everybody.
Bye.